Hello. Now, today I want to do a little video on fat loss, and I'm going to try and run a little series of videos about different strings all to that bow. And today I'm going to cover the first essential thing, which is energy expenditure. Now, most of us are aware that fat loss is effectively that energy equation of energy intake versus energy expenditure. And obviously, energy expenditure needs to be greater than intake for us to lose weight. And that's true. But it's not that simple. That sounds easy. And I think Muhammad Ali said it. If it was easy, everyone would do it. So it's a little more complicated, and understanding some of the mechanisms that your body has for slowing things down, speeding things up, and how you can affect it will really help. And so that's why I've got some visuals to help us today. Ta-da! Here we go. So here we go. In this column here, metabolism. Metabolism, basically, and in this instance, is your energy expenditure. Okay, that's what I've got on that side over here. Now, what's that made up of? Four main things contribute to your metabolism. First one, basal metabolic rate. So how many calories you burn at rest, when you're asleep, when you're watching television, when you're just sat there. To keep you ticking over, your body needs to burn calories for you to stay alive. Big one. Next one, thermic effect of food. How many calories it takes your body to digest food, which is something people forget about. Roughly-ish, on average, about 10% of the calories you eat will be lost in the digesting process. Okay. Next one, exercise-induced thermogenesis. Sounds complicated, isn't? That's just you doing exercise to burn calories, going to the gym, going for a run, that sort of thing. And finally, non-exercise-induced thermogenesis. So spontaneous movement, walking to the shop, making your dinner, playing with the dog, whatever, that sort of thing. Okay. This is the stuff that we want if we're trying to lose fat to increase, okay? How do we do that? Right, here we go. Basal metabolic rate. Best way to increase that? Basically, what makes your basal metabolic rate is the amount of weight there is of you that isn't fat. And so, everything of you that isn't fat, muscles, organs, all that stuff, bones, that is usable weight from your body. That requires calories. And so, the more fat-free mass you have, the higher your basal metabolic rate. What's the best way to do that? Training, especially resistance training. I have seen research where people increase their metabolism hundreds of calories a day on a resistance training program. This is why I'm so big on using resistance training as a means of long-term fat loss. Short-term, okay, any sort of exercise will do it. Long-term, the more fat-free mass you have, the better position you're going to be in for fat loss. And so resistance training for long-term fat loss is really brilliant. The problem with cardiovascular, intense, good. Moderate intensity just increases your efficiency, can actually lower your metabolic rate in time. So that's why intense exercise, and especially resistance training, best things to boost your basal metabolic rate. That's why I do so much of that with people. Now, next one, thermic effect of food. Well, the best way to go about that is to eat whole food. So food nearest its natural source. So processed food, refined grains, refined food, things that are in a packet, they're made to be quickly digestible because they're tasty, they give you a quick sugar rush. And as well as giving you ups and downs, they don't actually take many calories to digest. Whereas, fruit and vegetables in its whole form, if you're going to be eating some sort of grains, then eating a whole grain rather than a refined grain will take more calories from your body to digest it. So we eat whole foods. Now, just so you know, protein takes the most calories to digest, followed by carbohydrate, followed by fat. That's just for your knowledge. Now, next one, exercise-induced thermogenesis. Well, there we go. We do regular exercise. But if you're going to go to the gym and just walk on a treadmill, then that effectively is this, isn't it? You might as well walk to the shops. So this one, let's make it intense. Let's lift some weights, let's do some sprints, let's do something as intense as you can. That's the best way to go there. Finally, non-exercise-induced thermogenesis. So, what should you do? If you can, instead of taking the car, walk. If there's an escalator or a lift, take the stairs. Just try to make your life habitually active. And that's it. So, to keep your overall metabolism healthy and to expend as much energy as possible long term, what do we want to do? We want to use resistance training to increase or at least maintain our fat-free mass and to burn calories with the exercise. We want to do it regularly. We want to eat whole foods, and relatively high in protein tends to help. And we want to be habitually active. And that is it. Okay, that's how to maximize your energy expenditure. I hope that's been useful. Go to chrisbellpt.com for more information. Facebook, Chris Bell Personal Training. I'm going to look to try and take that on to possibly some actual seminars in the local area where I work. Any questions, please contact me, and I will see you again with another video in this series. Bye-bye.